All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim and the few Wakwat who may be listening. It's your brother Batakallah from the GMS camp here in Chicago, coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, and Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson. All right, and the title of this lesson is "The People of the World Know This Kingdom Will Be Destroyed with Nuclear Fire." All right, and I had a conversation with my grandfather. I hadn't spoken to him in a while. He's an Ephraimite. He lives in Puerto Rico. I spoke with him on the phone, and basically he was talking about, the war and all this stuff that was going on. And because he's real big on the politics and like watching all these news networks and stuff like that. But basically he tried to tell me to go and move over there with them in Puerto Rico. But the way he said it was crazy because, he's never been one to like quote scriptures or bring scriptures out or anything. This is the first time I ever heard him bring out a scripture. But he brought out this 1 Thessalonians 5:3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right, and he was basically saying that, these Iranians and all these other people who are in cahoots with them are going to end up nuking America, and it would be a good idea to leave. That's what he told me. But, he did. I've never tried to break bread with him or nothing like that. As a matter of fact, I haven't even been over to see him in person since I've been in the truth. But, I'm sure he didn't know that I knew what he was talking about, but I just found it shocking that he actually brought that out. And, like I said, this is not something that they're going to bring out in churches. These churches and these Ephraimites over there in Puerto Rico, they're real big on the Pentecostal church. They don't talk about stuff like this, So that leads me to believe that maybe he's seen some videos or something, but, who knows. But nonetheless, these people, they understand that this place is about to be over with, man. All right, and hey, I pray that the Lord have mercy on my grandfather, but, that's between him and the Lord at the end of the day. We all got to seek out our own salvation with fear and trembling, and maybe, if the Lord has mercy on me, he'll see fit to have mercy on him as well. But nonetheless, these people know what's coming. All right. And he was trying to tell me to go and be over there with them. But the thing about these people of the world, they might get certain tidbits of information, but because they don't have the 100% truth, they don't really have a full understanding. All right. So he's telling me to go over there. But what he doesn't understand is that the hour of temptation is going to be upon the whole planet. When that MOTB is released and made mandatory, there's not going to be anywhere that you can go and run and hide from these devils, man. You're going to end up either having to take it or not taking it, but you're going to be faced with that choice wherever you're at. All right. And another thing that these people don't understand is the level of destruction that's coming to this place. All right. Not only is America going to be destroyed and broken into 3 pieces, turned into a desert, but you got to take into account all of the other calamities that are going to be a result of those nukes hitting. All right. Earthquakes, tsunamis, all type of things. All right. And Puerto Rico is just right there. So I wouldn't be surprised if that place gets hit with like a tsunami or a crazy earthquake or catches a missile, because that's a part of America too. All right. But nonetheless, there is no escape regardless. All right. Even if you don't escape the nukes, or even if you do escape the nukes, you're not going to escape the hour of temptation. And if you're not of the elect, you're going to get jacked up. There's no escaping. All right, this is 2 Ezra 15:14. It says, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And this is something that he was not taking into account as well. All right, there's going to be it's going to be pandemonium out here. All right. Mad Max, Book of Eli, purge type scenarios. All right. People are going to be killing each other for food and water, all of those things. And there's not going to be any police or anybody to stop anything. So the people that are demonic and got demons on them and want to harm others, they're going to be able to do whatever they want to do. And, no law enforcement or authorities are going to be there to stop them. All right. And once people are starving and don't have the things that they need, everybody's going to be on that level, ready to kill for the things that they need to have and take care of themselves and whoever they align themselves with. All right. This is verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because there will be martial law." All right, verse 18, it says, "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid." So it's going to be so bad out here that even mighty men are going to have fear. All right. That's the type of wild shit that's going to be taking place. And that's going to be everywhere, whether you're in America or not. Once all of this stuff starts hitting, the global economy is going to stop. All right. People ain't going to have access to food and water. All right. Wherever that's going on is going to be an issue. Before the nukes even get here, that's going to be a factor. All right. It says, "A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation." All right. And that's what's getting ready to happen, not just here, but everywhere. Once this World War III kicks into full steam, the whole world is going to be in a horrible state, man. Wherever you go, it doesn't matter. All right. You're not going to be able to escape this. That's like somebody saying, the individual who tried to climb up, not saying that this actually happened, but when the Lord flooded the earth, that's like an individual saying, "Oh, well, I'll just go and try to find the highest mountain and climb to the top of the highest mountain, and then I won't die in the flood." No. All right. Now, the Lord isn't coming back to annihilate that many people. All right. But ain't no escape from all of these things that are about to come to pass, man. Point blank. There's going to be destruction everywhere, especially here in the Western Hemisphere and in America in particular. All right. But all these other places where World War III is taking place, there's going to be destruction there too. It's going to be lack of food, lack of power, lack of everything. All right. So you're not going to be able to go and hide places. All right. And the people that do go and hide places, if you're a heathen, when the elect return, the Lord willing we be at that number, you're going to be rounded up and put into slavery. And if you're an Israelite and you happen to survive, but you're not of the elect, you're going to be rounded up and put to death for being a rebel. All right. There ain't no escape. But this is Isaiah 1:3. It says, "The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib, but Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider." And that's one thing, my grandfather was trying to reason his way out of the situation and say, "Oh, well, I'm over here, so I'll be cool. I'm not in America, so they don't have a problem with us, so-called." But like I said, first of all, where he is a part of America on the books, number one. Number two, you don't understand, the level of displeasure that the Lord has with this world and in particular with his people. All right. And them Ephraimites over there wicked as hell. And the Lord gonna jack their ass up, man. The Lord been jacking them up, but it's going to keep getting worse. There is no way that Jake is going to be able to get out of receiving this judgment, man. Point blank. That's why it's important that you do this work and you make your body a living sacrifice now, because that's the only way out. This is verse 4. It says, "A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel into anger. They are gone away backwards." All right. They don't understand the Lord. They hate the Lord. All right. And I'm not particularly saying that for, in the case of my grandfather. I don't know what his situation is because I haven't had that type of conversation with him. All right. Lord willing, the Lord opens his eyes and has mercy on him. But like I said, we all got to seek out our own salvation with fear and trembling. And, based off what he was telling me, he still, doesn't have a full grasp of what's really about to happen. All right. But it is what it is. This is Zechariah 13:8. It says, "And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, and the third shall be left therein." And this is talking about America. 2/3 of Israelites in America are going to be destroyed. 1/3 are going to be delivered. That includes the 144,000. All right. But 2/3 of you Israelites are going to get destroyed, man. Point blank, period. All right, thermonuclear fire. This is verse 9. It says, and I will bring the third part through the fire and will refine them as silver is refined and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name and I will hear them. I will say it is my people and they shall say Yahweh is my power. All right, and that's what we're hoping for. And that's why we're not in the spirit of, here at Great Millstone, we're not in the spirit of trying to run away from this. All right. Let me go and hide in a hole somewhere. Let me go and move to Asia. Let me go and move to this country or that country so I can avoid the judgment that's coming to America. We don't have that thought process here. All right. Why? Because we're doing the work and we're making our bodies a living sacrifice and praying to the Lord to have mercy on us daily. And we have faith in that. All right. Individuals that want to run and try to get away. First of all, like I said, it's no escape. But second of all, you don't have any faith if you're doing that, man. If you sincerely putting in this work and you doing what you got to do, hey, man, you're going to have faith that the Lord is going to deal, man. And that's where we at. All right. And that's why we don't have the spirit of trying to run away. That's why we're not telling Jakes to go move to Nicaragua or wherever the fuck. We're not doing none of that, man. If you're afraid of what's about to come to pass, if you got fear of the Lord, then start doing this work sincerely. That's the way out. All right. No amount of running, no amount of anything is going to get you away from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai at the end of the day. Either you're going to be found worthy and receive salvation or you're not, and you're going to have to deal with that judgment, man. But with that, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makakwadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim and the few Akwat who may be listening. Lord willing, this was edifying lesson. Shalom.